here at Tent City in the Manila Hotel in Ermita, Manila, where hundreds of aspirants for national elective posts are expected to come here from today to October 8 to formalize their bids for the 2025 midterm elections. A vote that is seen not just as a referendum on the policy direction of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., but also a test of the popularity of the Duterte family. The Commission on Elections will accept or receive certificates of candidacy from aspirants not just here in Manila Hotel but also in other parts of the country through local COMELEC offices from today to October 8. That's next Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And time check, it's already 7:52, so we're just 8 minutes away from the COMELEC opening its doors here at the Manila Hotel and receiving the certificates of candidacy of national aspirants. More than 18,000 seats will be up for grabs in next year's elections, allowing 67 million registered voters to either re-elect their leaders or install new ones, down from the municipal or city councilor up to the highest position available for the midterm elections, which is senator. Aspirants for the parliamentary seats, however, in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao will not join the rest of the country in filing their COC this week after the Commission on Elections moved or rescheduled the schedule of COC filing there to November 4 to 9 in the wake of a Supreme Court decision that excluded the province of Sulu from BARM. So that Supreme Court decision means adjustments in terms of pre-election activities. That's why there had to be a postponement. So far, we have received advisories this morning that Senator Francis Tolentino would file his candidacy later. We've also received word that Progressive Party List Group Bayan Muna will also file their candidacy paper or their documents with the COMELEC Law Department later today. We've actually also seen Wilbert Lee when we arrived here earlier around 6:30, 6:45. Party list lawmaker from Agri, Wilbert Lee, and his companions, his supporters, were already outside waiting for the COMELEC to open its doors. I talked to him briefly, and he said that he's hoping to be the first filer or the first aspirant to file his candidacy for senator for the 2025 midterm elections. So prior to Tuesday or prior to today, more than 30 senatorial aspirants have already declared their candidacies for next year's vote. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has endorsed a total of 12 candidates, lining them up under the so-called Alianza para sa Bagong Pilipinas. In English, that is called Alliance for a New Philippines, although most, if not all, of the candidates are members of well-entrenched political families here in the country. The ticket includes 5 re-electionist senators. I'm going to read them here. Pia Cayetano, Lito Lapid, Bong Revilla, Francis Tolentino, and the President's sister, Amy Marcos. We also have 3 former senators in the mix. That includes a former Senate President Vicente Tito Soto III, Ping Lacson, and Manny Pacquiao. There are 2 incumbent House members in that lineup. House Deputy Speaker Camille Villar and House Deputy Majority Leader Erwin Tulfo of ACT-CIS, who has been topping pre-election surveys in recent months. Then there's also Interior Secretary Benhur Abalos, who once he files his candidacy will already be considered resigned from the cabinet of President Marcos. And lastly, also in the list is Abby Binay, Mayor of Makati City. However, Senator Amy, who has close ties with the Duterte family, which is now the political opponent of President Marcos, has withdrawn from the administration alliance. Meanwhile, Vice President Sara Duterte, who resigned from the Marcos cabinet in June and has since accused the House of Representatives, which is composed of allies of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., and she has accused the House of plotting or orchestrating a plot or a plan to oust her from office. She has not come up with a senatorial slate, but a few months ago, she floated the possibility of her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, and her brothers, Davao City 1st District Representative Paulo Duterte and Davao City Mayor Sebastian Duterte. She floated the possibility of them running for senator in the 2025 elections. Although the three men in the family issued statements in the past either declining to confirm or outright denying Sara Duterte's claim. So this is again one of those mysteries of the COC filing period, whether or not some of the Duterte family will actually come here and file their candidacies for senator. And also a question, what will Sara Duterte do? Will she actually just step aside, or will she offer surprises by filing candidacy for whatever post possible? The Duterte Patriarchs Party, PDP, that is the party of former President Duterte, has so far endorsed 3 candidates that includes Senators Bato de la Rosa and Bongo, and also actor Philip Salvador. Opposition figures, meanwhile, who were eased out during the Duterte presidency, are hoping for a comeback in 2025. Former Senators Kiko Pangilinan and Bam Aquino are expected to file their candidacies for senator later this week. We also know that former Senator Leila de Lima will vie for a congressional seat through a partyless group alongside Teddy Bagilat and Erin Tanyada of Mamamayang Liberal. The stalwarts of the Philippines leftist movement, who were once members of Congress, will also try to come back or try to get a new seat again in Congress. These include Nery Colmenares, Carlos Zarate and Ferdinand Gaite of Bayan Muna, Sara Elago of Gabriela, and Antonio Tino of ACT Teachers. They were once partyless lawmakers, and they're again hoping to represent their groups in the 20th Congress. The Makabayan Bloc, for the first time, will also field a near-complete senatorial slate led by its most prominent figures, outgoing lawmakers Arlene Rosas and Franz Castro, as well as former lawmakers Liza Masa and Teddy Casino. We are also aware of the declared candidacies of other senatorial aspirants. They include Labor leader Sani Matula, Leody de Guzman, and Luke Espiritu. Former Ilocos Sur Governor Chavit Singson has also declared his candidacy for senator, as well as retired soldier Ariel Querubin. Influencer physician Willie Ong is expected to file his candidacy in the coming days, despite reports of him battling cancer. And then there's also broadcaster Ben Tulfo, who, if he wins alongside his brother Erwin Tulfo in 2025, Ben and Erwin would join their brother Senator Raffy in the Senate, and there would that means 3 out of 24 senators in the upper chamber would be members of the Tulfo family. So the time is now 8 o'clock. So on the other side of this tent, when you go beyond that barrier, senatorial aspirants and even aspirants for partyless system of representation would begin entering the Manila Hotel, Tent City, and the staff from the COMELEC Law Department will receive their certificates of candidacy and documents formalizing their bids for the 2025 election. So just continue watching our coverage here at Rappler about the filing of Certificate of Candidacy from October 1 to October 8. And you can also join the discussion via the Rappler community app. You can download that via Google Play Store and Apple Store. I am Dwight De Leon for Rappler.